Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. Hey guys, in this episode, we're going to talk about how focusing on your process and not your goals will get you better results. Sounds a little contradictory. Everything you hear is set high goals, do this for goals, all this stuff. I'm not discrediting the purpose of goals. You should certainly set goals. But what I'm going to talk about in this video is how focusing on your process to meet your goals is more manageable than actually just setting goals and just trying to hit them. So you should build processes around your goals. So the best time to set goals is at the beginning of the year, but if you're watching this video now, set your goals now. Let's look at what the rest of the quarter, what the rest of the year will look like. But setting processes is around your goals that you make. So always start by writing out your goals, and then what you do is you back into your processes. So let's break this down. So let's say you write a goal down and you want to write $250,000 in issued and paid annualized premium in a year. That's the goal. So how do you plan to achieve that? Well, if you want to write $250,000 in production in a year for annualized production, you have to look at it and say, do the math on it, and the math comes out to be you need to write you need to average $400 in monthly premium a week. So that's the goal. That's what we need to achieve every week, is to average $400 a week. So without the process, the goal cannot be achieved. So let's talk about an example here. So let's say the plan is to write $400,000 in annualized production $250,000 in annualized production a year, $400 a week. But if you don't have a plan on how many leads, how many days to work, what leads to work, any of that, it's just you're writing down a wish on a piece of paper. So what process do you need to set in place so that way you can achieve the goal? So let's lay out the process of some things that you can get started on how to achieve that goal. So first, look inward, okay? You want to look inward. What did you achieve in the last 12 months or last year? Was that your max effort? Did you give it your all? Is $250,000, or whatever the number you write down, is that achievable with your current bandwidth and your current process? Do you think it's achievable? It has to be achievable. Depending on your answer, that number may change. Okay, we may all wish to write $1 million in production a year. It may simply just not be feasible. So you have to make it attainable. Now, should it be a stretch? Yes, it should be a stretch, but it should be achievable. So now that you've looked inward, determined, is this thing even possible? Now let's start to carve out the process of what it should look like. So now lay out, do the backwards math on it. What has to be written on a weekly basis to achieve that? So we've done the math on it. It's $400 in monthly premium a week. So that's the number. That's every week we're shooting for that. Some weeks you're going to be way over that. Some weeks you might be under that. But as long as you're averaging $400, you're doing good. So now you need to go further, okay? This is where usually people stop. So now we go further. How many leads do we need to work a week? So look at what you've done in the past. How many leads are you working? What did you achieve? Do you need to up your lead count? How many days a week do you need to work? Have you been working 4? Do you need to work 5? Have you been working 3? Do you need to work 4? Whatever it may be. Do you need to work more days? What are the best type of leads? You know, if you're working different types of leads, you need to be working one certain type of lead. That's for you to determine. What are you having your most success on? So have a plan mapped out each week And then now what you do is you execute on that process that we just backed into. You execute on it every week. You keep your head down and you grind hard, focusing on your process. And then you're kind of like a mole. You're kind of digging in the ground, and you just dig, and you pick your head up at the end of the month, look and see where you're at, and then dig. You're just a worker. So see how the process is more important than the actual goal itself, because what you're doing is you're laying out actionable steps of how to achieve the goal. So focus on the process and not the goal. The goal is what we want to hit, but the process of how you plan to achieve the goal is way more important than the actual goal itself. So we all want to achieve the big goals, and we definitely should, but dial in your processes and be committed to stick to them every week. Don't waver. If you miss a week, that's fine. Get back on it next week. Don't miss 2 weeks. So if you just do that, all of a sudden you'll look up and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in a year if you just stick to the process. So I hope you got something valuable here. I hope you take the process and think through it and lay it out. Everybody's process is a little bit different. Look around. It's somebody else's process working better for them, or better is somebody else's process working great? Carbon copy it, and then maybe make it your own tweaks to it. But do what works. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So I hope you got something valuable here. Be sure to subscribe so that way you catch all the latest content. If you receive something valuable here, be sure to share it with your friends. Share it on social media. Comment below what was your favorite piece of content in the episode. And we'll see you in the next episode.